Hi, I watched Our Sky 2, and here's my review. Our Sky is a compilation of short stories of 2 episodes that continues a few dramas. This was very difficult, but I tried to sort them into my favorites and less favorites, so I present them from order from less favorite to favorite. That being said, that doesn't mean that the less favorite or less favorites are stories that I didn't enjoy, but just enjoyed less than the other ones. So first off, in 8th position, I have Star in My Mind that ends up in last position. For the original drama, I gave 6.5 out of 10. To be very fair, when I started this episode, I couldn't really remember the main story at all. I did remember a few bits here and there after a lot of hard thinking, but that's about it. I couldn't really remember anything. But given the rate I gave it, I think it's not really surprising that I wouldn't remember anything. Because of that though, I was not necessarily very interested in them, because since I couldn't remember, it didn't make me feel anything special to find them again. That being said, I think they have 2 very cute episodes and I enjoyed it. It was pretty cute. Nothing much happens. A lot of kiss scenes happens. But yeah, nothing much more than that for me. Next up, in 7th position, we have A Boss and a Babe that I gave 8 out of 10 for the original story. I said it was difficult to rate this drama in order, to sort them in order, is because this one, I already liked it a lot. I was pretty into it, even though I think that it goes a bit against what we went through the drama. The idea they decided to go with, I feel like we've dealt with it already in the drama, and that is the fact that the boss, Gan, is not very good at being a nice boss with his employees, and I feel like we've already went through that in the drama and he had already changed. So it was a bit weird to see him kind of reverted back to how he was in the very beginning of the drama. But other than that, I really enjoyed it anyway. I spent a good time and I really liked seeing Lem play boss. It was pretty funny and their chemistry was really good. I saw A Boss and a Babe not very long ago, but it was nice seeing them again. Then in 6th position, we have Never Let Me Go that I gave 6.5 to the main story. So for this one, I actually started by not being very interested because I was not very interested in Never Let Me Go. I didn't really like this drama. And since I watched it really not long ago, it's still fresh in my memory. And so, yeah, going in, I was not so interested. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually happy Our Sky starts with this one, because this way I was going to be done over with it. But I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think it's one of the dramas one of the short continuations that have a real different concept. And so I really enjoy it a lot. Also, they address the long-distance relationship, the thing that I really didn't like in the drama, the thing that I didn't really understand, what was going on, what it was all about. Now they addressed it in this, so I did enjoy that a lot. The fact that they both go in the past is very interesting, and yeah, like I just said, it's one of the dramas with the stronger concept, I think, in this. In 5th position, it is The Eclipse that I gave 8 to the main story. So it actually kind of hurts me to put this one so low in the list because I really enjoyed The Eclipse. I really like the chemistry between those 2 characters. I think it's a very great chemistry, and these 2 episodes are no different. The chemistry is very good. I like their songs very much. I love the idea of them having a song together and singing together. That's something I really enjoyed. However, I have to admit that the drama going on in this is not really... I didn't really like it. I felt like it was a bit out of character for both of them. I feel like no, it was just very weird. I didn't really like it at all. In fourth position, there's my school president that I gave 10 out of 10 to the main story. For this one, I'm a bit disappointed they went with this idea of just going into another universe and having their role reversed. I have to say that going into a different universe, I think, is more, how I could say that, more enjoyable, I think, if both characters are very different and have very different personalities and very strong personalities as well. And so I think it's not the case with those two. They are pretty normal, average people, if I can say it like that. And they are not that different, if I can say. So the change doesn't bring much to the table at all. That being said, I think they do a good job at making things a bit different, despite following the same plot points pretty much, following what the main story did. But I'm glad they do change it enough to make it a bit interesting for the viewer, because otherwise I feel like this could have been very boring very easily. What I very much like is the reference to the other dramas they have in this drama, especially the reference to Is Coming to Me, because this is a drama I enjoyed a lot. I think I gave it 10 out of 10 as well. So yeah, very nice little references there. And what I didn't like, but ultimately I don't really care, but there is no kiss. So a bit frustrated about that, but yeah, it doesn't count in my rating at all, so I just say it just to say it. In third position, I have Vice Versa that I gave 9 to the original story. For this one, I didn't know where they were going at the beginning. I was a bit lost. I thought, are they just going to make a simple continuation? Are they going maybe to go back into the other universe? That could have been nice, actually, to have them go back in the universe, just for a short little time. But my first reaction when the kid appeared was to be, ooh, a kid. Because I'm not fond of that at all. I have to admit it. It's not that I hate kids or something like that. It's just, I don't really like them in my romances. I prefer romances without kids. That's it. So my first reaction was to be very disappointed, but actually they make a very good job, I think, with this. It's, in the end, I really enjoyed it. It was not pretty, but very cute, and I enjoyed it a lot. For the last two stories, I almost put them together at the same position because they are a crossover. Both stories happen together, so it was quite difficult to choose one over the other. But in the end, I decided to put Bad Buddy in second position, and I gave 9.5 to the main story of Bad Buddy. Honestly, Bad Buddy doesn't have too much of a strong concept going on compared to some other mini continuations we had, but hands down, they made me laugh the most, and I was really laughing a lot watching these two. It was very funny, very enjoyable for me, and yeah, it was just nice having them make me laugh so much. So this, plus I love the crossover. I think it brought a lot of interesting things and interesting views between the four of them, brought some nice chemistry and some new chemistry, I can say, with friendships with our other two guys from A Tale of Thousand Stars. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot. It was very enjoyable. And finally, in first position, we have A Tale of Thousand Stars that I gave 10 to the original story. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was not very pleased, if I can say, with what they decided to do. I was not very happy with the fact that they decided to fight about who had been in love first. Honestly, that wasn't really my thing. I felt it was quite out of character. It didn't feel like it belonged to A Tale of Thousand Stars at all, and so I didn't really like it. But at the end, I realized that they wanted kind to mirror Bad Buddy because they had this going on. And I'm glad they don't take too much time on this. It's mostly in the background. We talk about it sometimes, but it's not made too much of a big deal, if I can say, even though the story concentrates on that. So I'm glad this doesn't take the whole story, because I didn't like it. However, I think those two are very cute. It was actually nice to see them out of the forest just once, even though that's one of the main things that appealed to me in the original story, is the fact that they are in the forest, very far from cities and everything. But for a nice little bonus, it was nice to see them outside, especially the chief. To see him outside was very fun actually to see. And they are very cute. Honestly, they are very, very, very good chemistry. It was very nice to watch. Also, this drama came out a while ago now, so it was very nice to see them again together. And yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot. It was a very, very touching 2 episodes to me. And yeah, I enjoyed it. And that's it for my rating of Our Sky 2. I didn't give them, personally, each one of them a rating, because I thought this was going to be too difficult. It was difficult enough to sort them into order from favorite to least favorite, so I decided not to rate them and instead give you the rating of the original work. I thought this was a better option to a bit George compared to where it ended up in my shorting. But yeah, don't hesitate to give me your own shorting of this drama, Our Sky. I remember really liking the first one, really liking the concept of going back to stories. I really enjoyed it the first time, and I really enjoyed it the second time, especially if I can say for couples I had watched a while ago before. It was very rewarding to see them again after such a long time, so I really enjoyed that a lot. So don't hesitate to tell me your own shortings, if you liked it, if you didn't, like usual. And with this, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!